Hey everyone, it's Rusty from Pickleball Channel with a Pickleball news update. The question for today is pickleball back? Now where I live, I'm coming to you from my home office because there's still stay-at-home orders. But we are seeing many places across the country where local authorities are starting to lift restrictions and allow more and more pickleball players to get back on the courts. Each city and state have their own unique situation. So while we're seeing some courts open back up, many places are still closed to pickleball. In California, the governor did not include pickleball on the approved list of activities, prompting many facilities in the Golden State to remain closed. The Villages in Florida is known as one of the country's largest and most active pickleball communities, and was recently praised by Florida's governor and even the president for how well they've done during the COVID-19 crisis. However, they're still playing it safe with courts locked and nets down. However, many facilities across the country are actually opening back up for pickleball, but with restrictions. Some of the common guidelines we're seeing are general social distancing, limiting the size of the groups, and servers will bring their own ball that only they touch. In places like Canyon Lake, California, they're requiring players to also wear face masks and only play singles. And these rules and guidelines have been a little bit challenging for some of the predominantly senior members of Canyon Lake.
Yeah, since we can't play doubles, the majority of the community in Canyon Lake, the pickleball community, they are not playing pickleball. The courts have been dead. And like I said, this morning I was over there and there were 4 people. Actually, there were only 3, and they were just sitting around talking. They were social distancing, but they were just sitting around. So no one playing.
Other communities, like Collier County, Florida, have gotten pickleball courts up and running with fewer restrictions. The pickleball facilities at East Naples Community Park, which is home to the Minto US Open Pickleball Championships, has opened back up, allowing local pickleball players to get back on the courts. Barry Williams, director at Collier County Parks and Recreation Department, tells us, quote, "Local pickleball enthusiasts happily return to their routines, but we're cognizant of the CDC guidelines and ensuring social distancing, not interacting in groups greater than 10, and staff have implemented increased sanitizing of the area to ensure patrons' safety." And East Naples is not the only place. We are seeing pickleball play begin to return all across the country, from the west in places like Las Vegas, Nevada, and St. George, Utah, to the east in Middletown, New Jersey. From the Midwest in Michigan to the South in Georgia, and even other areas in Florida. These locations are breaking out their paddles to get back on the courts again. Even some local news stations are covering the comeback.
Players are ready to pick up where they left off. Players in Durango Hills heard about the reopening, and as you can see right there, they could not wait to get back on these courts.
The USAPA has continued to monitor the situation across the country and even communicated with other national governing bodies in order to develop their response. Recently, they further delayed their sanctioning of tournaments until June 2nd, and they've created a Guide to Safe Return to Play document in order to help players stay safe and stay healthy as they head back to play on the courts.
So the USAPA has been, working diligently and have been in communication with several of the other national governing bodies for various sports, and collectively we're collaborating, and we're putting forward information that we feel is in the best interest and in the safety of our participants, and together we're very hopeful and encouraged that we'll be through this situation here shortly, and everyone will begin to return to play shortly.
There is a growing excitement as more and more people come out to play pickleball. In fact, many officials are cautiously optimistic and simultaneously nervous that too many people will come out but not follow the local guidelines for safe return to play and risk getting shut down again. In fact, some locations actually have had to return to tougher restrictions because too many people came out to the same place, they did not follow those local guidelines for social distancing, and they got shut down again.
Again, we would just encourage for those folks that are in that position and do make the decision that they want to return to play, that they do so responsibly, follow your the rules of your local clubs and facilities, and obviously, all of the information that is being provided by your local state and health officials.
I know that I am definitely excited to see these initial steps as things start to return to normal. But things are very different from place to place. So please, let's do this smart and safe. And we are so excited to see everyone eventually back on the courts again. But until then, wherever you are, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay connected.